What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got a #1 contender match between Who's the Boss and The Odd Couple. Who's the Boss consists of Mark Yodi Riley and the boss Ben Bateman, and they're taking on Jeff Snyder and Mark Andraco. Tom Dagnino manages Who's the Boss. Ben Bateman's ex, Roxy Can I Come Stryer, manages The Odd Couple. There's going to be a lot of tension in this match, but in the end, I think Who's the Boss is just the better team. They're more knowledgeable, more well-rounded, and whoever does win this will face the Shire Wolves for the tag team titles. But it's going to be a great match, so let's get it started. I'm a little hot right now. Best promo ever!
But the thing I'm most excited about tonight, what do you got? Is this movie trivia game between the intern formerly known as JTI, now JTE, the engineer, and Copster. This feud is going to end, and it's a movie contest. It is time for the ultimate Schmoedown. I'm so excited. You know I love this stuff. This is the stuff drinks face on me. Debut of the movie trivia Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Ellison. Christian, this is why you go to the movie. And you talk about head-to-head. You have John. Here comes the outlaw. John Dorogo.
She is going to be something to look after. Wild man, Josh McCouga. Ray Drake, the favorite. Jeff Snyder has come out of nowhere. He mans himself, the man's man. Might be the luckiest person.
Schmoedown champion, Mark Riley.
Mighty Matt knows a champion new superstar in Drew.
For the record holder,
William Drake is going to be around for this. And Mike Kalinowski certainly is excited.
He's not unknown. And where do you see Dan Burrow's future going in this show?
Oh, he's going to go very, very far.
I can't wait to see where the rest of this series goes.
And your winner! I thought you said it. No. Give it to him.
Champion of the world once again! Remember my journey here. Remember the destiny that brought justice to the Schmoedown.
This isn't just a game for those of us who play. We work hard to win, to play, to do everything, to show up and give you a damn good match.
We are the league. We're in the league, and we're the winners right now. up, Chicago? Hi. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight to our Schmoedown live event. Chicago was one of our most requested cities when we were putting it out into the universe. Asking fans, hey, if we did a Schmoedown live in a city somewhere in the US, what city would you like? A lot of people voted for Chicago. You guys said that you would show up. And man, you showed up. Now, as your Inner Geekdom and Teams Commissioner, I just have a few orders of business to go over before we roll into the main event tonight. Number one, of course, is don't yell out the answers. All right? If you think that you know the answer, and I'm specifically talking to Jeff Snyder's friends, by the way, because apparently there was a little conversation of like, hey man, if you're struggling, you give us a look. We got you. No. Don't even think the answers too hard, because you never know when like you might discover that you actually are a telepath and you just like broadcast those answers to the players. So in general, just keep them to yourself. We don't want any unfair play here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. We want to keep everything reasonable, fair, and give all of our competitors tonight the best chance that they can to walk away victorious. Also, remember, and shout out to everybody who's watching the live stream right now, all over the world. But remember, while there are about 1,000 of you in this theater, and probably just as many watching the live stream, if not more, that doesn't include all of the fans of the Schmoedown. So keep your spoilers to yourselves and to all the people around you and anybody who you know watch the live stream, but don't take pictures and tweet them out. You're allowed to take photos, that's totally fine. Just don't, tweet them out. Don't Instagram them. Don't Facebook them. Don't share them with your relative who just has to post everything on the internet, because then we could really wind up in some trouble. We want to make sure that everybody gets to enjoy this event to the fullest and not get spoiled. So, that being said, I want to thank you all again so much for supporting the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. How many of you guys are Schmoedown patrons? That sounds like it's most of you. Good, thank you so much. The Patreon is really the bread and butter of the Schmoedown. Obviously, the live events are helping us to continue to do this as well, and thanks to all of your tremendous support, being patrons of the Schmoedown, buying tickets for the live event, we're able to continue to grow this league and make it even better than it's ever been before. I mean, we're calling season 6 the magic season, and thus far, it really, really has been. So that's honestly thanks to all of you. So give yourselves a round of applause for being so awesome. All right. I think that about covers all orders of business. Are you guys ready to get this thing going?
Yeah!
All right, well then, without further ado, you know him, you love him. Allow me to introduce one of the creators of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. He's a pretty funny guy. I hear he taped a stand-up special last night. Put your hands together for Mark Baby Carrots Ellis.
Such an honor for all of us at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown to be in the place where the 1985 Monsters of the Midway took home a Super Bowl championship. This is the city where Michael Jordan brought home 6 NBA World titles. This is the city where Brian Urlacher had hair restoration surgery. It is such an honor to be in front of 1,000 monster movie trivia Schmoedown fans. And if I could just say something about your town to all the thousands of people watching on the live stream right now, this town, since I landed on Wednesday morning, has embraced me. This town has given me love. This town has given me support. This town has given me 8 pounds I will never be able to lose. And the program that we have for you all tonight, this is going to be a legendary, epic event. We have a Star Wars title match happening on this stage. We have a team #1 contender match also happening tonight. And to those who might say, well, Mark, I think that you could get away with having just one of those events live on this stage, I would simply quote the legend Mr. Cup Ernie Banks, let's play 2. Now, whether you guys are in town here in Chicago for a little convention happening down the street, whether you're watching somewhere else in the world, you guys probably noticed a little trailer drop yesterday for a film called The Rise of Skywalker. Now, whether you were actually at that convention watching that trailer, whether you were somewhere else around the world, whether you were like me in your hotel bathroom trying to film a reaction vid, you were all probably shocked at the end of that trailer when you heard a laugh that you have not heard in some time. You heard a little giggle, and everyone around the world was stunned, except for one man. Only one human being was not surprised to hear Emperor Palpatine giggle at the end of the teaser trailer, and that man must himself be a Sith Lord. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the stage my partner in crime, the chairman, Christian Darth Harlow! And with him is the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook group. Get on out here, you gang! This is awesome. But I got it. See right away. It's true. I guess I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it. Not only do it once. Soobly zoo. Only once. But listen, guys. You guys are here, and I'm very excited that you're here. We are going to be putting on a hell of a show tonight. I mean, 1,000 people in this place is nuts. It was something. It was funny because Dagnino, which is crazy, actually said something smart before. I know. He walked up. He goes, remember this. Look at this. And he said, the first time we did this, it was JTE fuddling around in this little booth, ants in Triceras Taurus Totus tops. You know? And now look at it, buddy. Look at us. Two schmoes. Started in a pizza place in Anaheim, and if I can just pay you a compliment, sir, I have never seen you work a telephone that well. You're usually pretty fiddly with the old iPhone. I just shut it down because I was worried. I knew it was going to be on my pants, and people were like, "It's still on, dummy." So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shut it off. I did it, and it worked out. It's the energy, man. I could feel the energy, and it's not only the fact that the big crowd and the passionate fans and everybody that we run into already. It's the fact that I'm as much of a fan of this as you guys are. Like, that's why we do it. It's because, like, this is our sport, right? This is our sport. This is the one, it's like, we feel it. You can tell I was on the radio on WGN here on, I think it was like Thursday night, and I was telling Justin, the host, these guys, these competitors are like mental athletes with stuff that they put themselves through, how serious they take it. And the first match tonight is a championship match, and it's the Star Wars Championship. Well, it's the second title we've ever put on the line in a live event, and then the main event, or double main event, is the #1 contender teams match between the odd couple, and that's Mark Andreyko. Yep. And a guy who has held that title before for a year and a half, the Insider, Jeff Snyder. Right. But they're also managed by the great Roxy Stryer. Yeah, I mean, she's loved. And she's in it, man. She is in it.
And, and on the other side of the drama inside of that match, Roxy's talked about it before. Her ex-boyfriend is competing tonight. That's Ben Bateman, Ben the Boss Bateman, and Mark Yodi Riley. Yeah, and we know who they're managed by. Yeah, Little Bobby and the Juice. They both manage both of them. That's true. That's true.
Is the Juice is a manager too?
Yeah, by default.
Okay.
By default.
Okay.
But anyway, so those are the matches. Right away, you hear that. You hear the energy, and it's just like, let's get this thing going. Because I want to watch it. How about you guys? Mark, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, Christian. That deep dish is sitting in my tummy, and I am ready to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this thing going. Let's Schmoedown.
In the team tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018, the theme is anarchy. He's back, guys. Yodi Riley, my favorite guy. And the Boss Bateman. Their manager's Tom Dick, the Insnider, Jeff Snyder. Look at Draco. Roxy Stryer has to deal with Snyder.
Personalities that should not be together, or personalities together that could be the start of something very special. If they can get on the same page, then they're going to be pretty devastating. Like each other, don't like each other, doesn't matter.
Communication, boys.
That comes with championship experience, Draco.
Once they get under the spotlight, all that stuff is put away, and they're able to just focus on the match at hand.
I'm in the business of winning. I got somebody with me here that I know can win. They worked brilliantly as a team.
Maybe not the most natural team-up I've ever seen, but that's not what Anarchy's all about, and they're proving it so far in the tournament.
And your winner! If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Can't be a sore loser. We lost fair and square. That's true.
And your winner!
Who's the boss in Chicago?
I can't wait to beat Bateman again. The odd couple, Who's the Boss, heading to Chicago. The winners will play the Shire Wolves for the championship, and I'm going to give them a show in Chicago. We're getting a belt. We're up there with some of the best teams all time.
You're a force to be reckoned with, and you can take it all the way.
They're going down today. End of story. Doesn't matter who it is, we're going to answer the call. Defeat champions, us.
And with that, we are back here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown live as we dim the lights for a moment of silence for Admiral Akbar. Now we're back, everybody. Hello. I am now joined by the one, the only, Ken Napsa. Now, Ken, before we get into the meat of this match, and believe me, there's a lot of bones, there's a lot of meat, there's a lot of marrow to chew on here. You are experiencing Greater Chicago for the first time, and it's interesting that you are here on this particular weekend because it is Star Wars Celebration, and you happen to have a new book called Why We Love Star Wars about to be released.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. May 15th. I am an author now, which is why I dress so hip. But I'm happy to be here. First time in Chicago. I fell asleep during a deep dish pizza dinner. It was amazing.
I still have the remnants of that deep dish pizza in my hotel room. It's cold, it's 3 days old, still eatable. All right, Ken, let's get down to the match at hand because this is the team first contender match. This is going to determine who could be competing for a belt very soon down the road. And you have on one hand, who's the boss? And then you have on the other hand, the odd couple. And this match has become as much about the competitors and now the managers as it is anything else.
As often is the case, managers are there for a lot of reasons. They're not just personalities, do a lot behind the scenes, but it adds this added dynamic. Especially, there's a lot of history between all these competitors. Tom, he's hated by everyone, but then now he's turned this new leaf that I do not believe, do not trust that man. Have you seen the pants he wears? Have you seen his YouTube show, Little Bobby and the Juice? That's, come on. And I love Mark Riley. Mark Carly's got a great heart, but Snyder was one of the people gunning for him for a long time. And then there's this undercurrent here that's, Roxy, she manages the Odd Couple, but Ben the Boss Bateman's on the other side, and there's no secret that
They had a thing.
They had a thing.
They were doing the dance.
And sometimes I wonder what that will do to them. We saw what it kind of did to maybe the relationship. Now it brings an extra heat to this match. There's a lot going into this.
So now let's move on to some notable accomplishments, huh? The notable accomplishments, so like if you look at Who's the Boss, they actually won the Anarchy tournament, and you look at an all-time favorite in Mark Yodi Riley. I mean, he's a legend of the game. He's a Hall of Famer. And then we know about Ben the Boss Bateman and the manager Tom Dagnino. Then you go to the other side for the notable accomplishments of the Odd Couple. The Odd Couple, they were runners-up in Anarchy, and Jeff Snyder, no stranger to winning championships with his time with the Patriots.
Absolutely. Part of the Lions Den, which, was a faction buried in the past, and now corruption's a future. But Snyder did stuff in Draco's, remember the first free-for-all? That's an Draco's accomplishment.
Well, we could do one of two things now. We could either throw to another fake video, or I could introduce, once again, the chairman of the movie Trivia Schmoedown to handle the introductions for the team runner-up match. Let's bring up Christian Darth Harbaugh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, say it with me. It is time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first.
Jeff a villain? Legend Harloff handling the introductions for the two teams. You know, Ken, you gotta think they wouldn't have gotten lost backstage if they take off their sunglasses inside.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tom had to stop off and offend someone else in the
Can I
hallway
just
back
say
there.
one thing?
Yeah.
I just got back from Japan. And you know what they call me over there? Gucci-san.
All right, Ken, well,
True story.
earning chants from some members of the crowd. Moose, brother, you know, Ken, it's tough to stand next to OJ and still be unlikable, but Tom Dagnino able to pull it off. Let's look at the context of the competitors that are now on stage because they are seated. We have Who's the Boss here. We have the odd couple. How do you see this match playing out?
I think this is going to be a big battle. I think there's what team can control their passions, their adrenaline, and focus on the match at hand will be the winner.
All right, we'll simply ask Ben Bateman, good to go?
Always.
Mark Andreyko, good to go?
Absolutely.
Mark Yodi Riley, good to go?
Oh, hell yeah.
Jeff Snyder, is anybody calling you right now?
Needham High football rules.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Competitors, this is the team format, but round number one will feel very similar. 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number one. However, this is an individual exercise, although you are members of a team. So when a question is asked, you may only consult with your own brain to conjure the correct answer. You have about 15 seconds. Once you think you know it, write down your best attempt on the whiteboard in front of you. Do not share it even with your teammate. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show the whiteboard to us, the crowd, the cameras, and verbalize your answer into the microphone. Like I said, it's only 1 point, but each point you get counts towards your team's total. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule, and each team has 1 challenge between them in the 3-round match.
JTE rule named after famed Ecuadorian hot dog appreciator Josh Tapia.
He is a legend on the basketball court and immortalized in the movie trivia Schmoedown forever.
That's what I thought.
And we kick off your first question for the match. It's going to be in the world of comedies. Playing a little too hard there in the front. Your question is, who played sad dad Cal Weaver in the film Crazy Stupid Love?
Actually, what I told the judge at my first divorce hearing. Just that title.
Steve Carell.
You just said the term Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, I didn't get what I
5,
wanted.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, going to Ben first. Ben, your answer?
Steve Carell. That's correct.
Mark Andreyko.
Steve Carell.
Mark Yodi Riley.
Steve Carell.
Jeff Snyder.
Steve Carell.
That is correct. We also would have accepted Mark Riley as an answer.
Second question comes in the category of animated in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Who voices the racer simply known as Shank? Yeah, took a wrong turn last night, and that word meant something different.
Bill Hader.
That story more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Mr. Andreyko.
Gal Gadot.
Correct. Mark Riley.
Gal Gadot.
Jeff Snyder.
Nothing.
Ben Bateman.
First miss.
I had Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
All right. Who's the boss with an early lead?
Next question comes in the world of dramas. And your question therein, who directed 1995's The American President? Could make a political joke, gonna just back away from that one.
We've learned
Gonna
better.
tiptoe the other direction.
Yeah.
Rob Reiner?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Ben. Mark Riley.
That'd be the great Rob Reiner.
Correct. Jeff Snyder.
Rob Reiner.
All right. Ben Bateman.
I didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Oh.
Does Mark Andreyko have it?
Rob Reiner.
Fourth question, we're halfway there. In round one, It's the category of action/adventure. Action-adventure. Who stars as a U.S. Army officer who must go rogue to hunt for weapons of mass destruction in 2010's Green Zone?
Not sure what my favorite color is, but I will tell you my favorite lightsaber
Matt Damon.
color, green. How about you?
Green is mine as well.
Look at us.
Yeah. Simpatico.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going to Jeff Snyder first.
Us Boston boys call him Matty D. Matt Damon.
That's it. That's correct.
I like them apples. Ben Bateman.
Matt Damon.
There you go.
Did Andreyko have it?
Matt Damon.
There you go.
Mark Yodi Riley.
Didn't have it.
Oh, we got Dave from the Odd Couple.
Mark Andreyko batting a perfect game right now, aren't you, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Andreyko continues his streak.
But not you, right? We're clarifying this.
All right. Fifth question coming.
No one cares about the Bruins, my friend.
In the world of horror/thriller. Horror/thriller. Your question is, who starred as the unhinged Alexandra Alex Forrest in Fatal Attraction?
Tom, Glenn Close.
The Fatal Attraction with Del Taco out in California.
Glenn Close.
The doctor said it's giving me a green zone.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, Ben Bateman.
The great Glenn Close.
That's correct.
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close.
There you go.
Glenn Close.
There you go.
I was so close that I was Glenn Close.
All right.
Almost won an Oscar. Couldn't quite pull it out.
-5 for puns, though, right? That's a thing now. Question 6. Question 6 comes in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. In Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Didn't get enough Star Wars.
Lando Calrissian is the director of a mining facility located on which planet?
Easy. Nerve-wracking question to answer for the crowd. Snyder threw his whiteboard as though there's no way he would know it. We'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Mark Andreyko.
This is a Star Wars question I know, and technically it's orbiting the planet. It's Bespin?
We're going to take that.
Riley's right.
Bespin.
Got it?
Thank you to everyone in this room. Because of your reaction, I knew it was Bespin.
Can't really fault any party for that, did Ben Bateman?
I too had Bespin.
All right.
All right. Somewhere John Roca is punching a wall.
Thank you, Roca. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a big tell in the Schmoedown history, I would think.
Thank you.
Your penultimate question in round number 1 comes from the category of Oscar movies. Oscar films. And your question is, which film saw Nicole Kidman receive her first Oscar nomination?
See the far and away.
Nicole Kidman, the married to that guy.
And then the contract ran out.
Yeah. Doesn't beat around the bush, does he? 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the
Moulin
question.
Rouge.
That's one J to E-roll for Who's the Boss? Which film saw Nicole Kidman receive her first Oscar nomination? Riley puts some finishing touches on his answer. We're going to count you down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Mark Riley, we're going to you first. Did you have it?
The hours?
That is incorrect. Jeff Snyder, did you have it?
That's a tough question, first of all. I am going to go with Moulin Rouge.
You're going to be right. Yeah. Ben Bateman.
I also said the hours.
There you go.
And
That's
Mark
correct.
Andreyko.
Are you on the edge of your seats?
Yes! Moulin Rouge!
Andreyko remains perfect. He remains perfect. If Andreyko answers his final question, he'll have a bonus question. This is the 8th and final question, round 1. It is our Patreon question. The following question comes to you from Jeremy Hastings.
Jeremy Hastings. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy, for supporting the show.
JTH?
In the category of movie quotes, which 80s movie includes the following quote? We've got 106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas. Half pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
I'm sorry, the crowd. I couldn't hear the middle of the quote. Say it again, please.
All right. As Jar Jar once said, steady? Steady? Which 80s movie includes the following quote? We've got 106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
And I'll make a note because of the crowd noise, that is not going to be a charged JTE rule.
It's good. Like a coupon at 7-Eleven.
All right, going to count you down at 5.
The Blues Brothers?
3, 2, 1. Reminder, if Andrejko got this, he is perfect. But we go to Jeff Snyder first.
I think this is a guess, but I studied Chicago movies before I came, and I'm going to say planes, trains, and automobiles.
Good guess, but no. Did Ben Damon have it?
The Blues Brothers.
It is the Blues Brothers. Did Mark Andrejko have a perfect round?
We have one more answer to cut here.
Robbie, can you follow that?
That's my boy! Both wearing sunglasses.
Blues Brothers.
Should have picked up on that sunglasses clue.
Could you imagine if they were wrong? Speed!
The odd couple now is going to waltz in with at least a 2-point lead heading into round number 3, but we're not quite done yet because Mark Andrejko has thrown a perfect round number 1. So Mark Andrejko,
All right.
I'm going to ask you a question. It is just to you. You do not need to write down your answer. You can simply answer it within the 15-second window, and that question is, who directed the 2006 film The Holiday?
Nancy Myers.
Give him a point. Give him a point.
Odd couple. 3-point lead. Technitos out. Technitos out. We're getting ready for round 2.
Round number 2, Ken, as we see the managers come on stage to either console or congratulate their competitors after round number 1. At this point in the match, the competitors will now move to their separate team-assigned tables. They can now collaborate with each other's knowledge to garner the correct answer. Round number 2 is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and one team's destiny. You're going to have 10 categories on the electronic wheel, plus opponent's choice and spinner's choice. Each team gets a spin at the wheel. If they don't like what they spin, they are awarded 1 mulligan, which is golf for do-over.
Did Tom give you guys some good advice? I remember what he used to tell me and JTE.
Yeah, won you a title, right?
I will remind each competitor that each question of your 6 slate in round number 2 is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question, but there is stealing in round number 2. If you're not sure of the answer, the teams can ask us for multiple choice. We give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. So as we look at it here, Ken, we're seeing the odd couple with the lead. Would the odd couple like to spin the electronic wheel first or defer to your opponent?
We talked about this before the match, and we anticipated being up, and we're going to let them go first.
They're going to go first. Before they spin the wheel, I want everybody to know this is a sponsored wheel. This wheel features 2 slices that are sponsored to our Schmoedown patrons. Those categories are fantasy, sci-fi, and 2000. So if we land on either fantasy, sci-fi, or 2000s, and a competitor selects that, we will say the name of said patron. Without further ado, who's the boss? Try to spin a wheel that does not exist physically.
From the wheel of the birds.
There it is. The spin is in. The spin is in.
Ken, Kate Blanchett is on the wheel. Meryl Streep is not on the wheel. But it is fun to chant.
It is going to
Coming up to
choice.
this good get. He's the boss right back in the game.
That's true. That's a tough spin for.
All right.
couple
The
there.
team is consulting with their manager, Tom Dagnino.
But we talked about this. We did movie release dates.
And as soon as Tom is done trying to sell them property in Croatia, we are going to need an answer.
We're gonna need an answer here in 5 seconds. We need an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2.
We're gonna take movie release dates.
Say it with me. Movie release.
Movie release date.
All right, movie release dates. I will be administering the questions to Who's the Boss? Keep in mind it is a team match. 6 questions in round number 2. Your first question. Kevin Costner danced with the Wolves in Dancing with Wolves, which was released in what year?
1991. 91. 91.
Down on each and every one of these. 5, 4, 3, 2.
1990.
2 points.
2 points.
They're within 1 of the odd couple, Ken. Your next question of 6. The film The King's Speech was released in
2010. 2010. I think it was 2010.
Y'all don't miss much. 5,
2010.
4, 3, 2.
2010.
Yes, it was. Got 2 more points.
And a lead.
Can we give him more movie release day questions about Best Picture winners? I mean, because that's really what you're doing.
Are you getting nervous, Snyder? Is that what's going on? Hi, Jeff Snyder.
I mean,
Go back to your table.
Your next question, gentlemen. We're nearing the halfway point of the round. The very first RoboCop film starring Peter Weller was released in what year?
87. 87.
Now even the
It
crowd.
should have.
5, 4,
87.
3, 2.
1987.
2 more points. All right.
sure know their years.
Into the second half of round number 2 for Who's the Boss. They have a 3-point lead over the odd couple. Lethal Weapon 2 was released in what year?
Taking their time. They don't care that we have reservations at Lou Malnati's after this, Ellis.
1989. 89.
3, 2, 1.
1989.
1989 is in fact correct for 2 more points.
5-point lead. 5-point lead.
Your penultimate question in round number 2. In what year was the James Dean classic Rebel Without a Cause released?
Well, it went out. Rebel Without a Cause.
Is that
Here was the James
63?
Dean classic Rebel Without a Cause.
1963?
Right, Riley?
And we're going to go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1955.
2 more points, kids. 2 more points.
Clean sweep in the round.
So now we find ourselves in the situation where Who's the Boss enjoying a 7-point advantage.
You like that,
Still
Jeff?
have 1 more question to hear, and that question is: the Sandra Bullock film While You Were Sleeping was released in
1995.
what year?
1995. 95.
For steal, but so far this has been a perfect second round.
Very
Who's the
impressive
Boss.
in a category they know. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
The
That's their
Sandra
second one.
Bullock film While You Were Sleeping was released in what year?
What's up with the multiple choice? Those aren't even years.
We go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
1995.
2 points. And look at them exhort the crowd on. That's a perfect round number 2. It's like they just won the match.
Wow, yeah. You know what? You know, that was good. That was really good, guys. Sometimes you gotta celebrate, sometimes though you gotta hand the ball to the ref like Walter Payton or Bear said.
Spinner's choice. Another one.
All right, Jeff Snyder, Mark, and Draco, known as the odd couple. It is now your spin at that thar wheel.
Good.
Well,
It worked. It worked.
We didn't even practice though.
Spin is in. The spin is in.
And it's coming around. You got to think they know a variety of passing choice. This could be a script for Draco and its musicals.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Roxy out there. Roxy Stryer. Give him some advice.
You got to fear opponent's choice lurking out there on the wheel, but Kate Blanchett does not seem like a category they're confident. Do you want to keep it, Mark?
We will take it.
They're going to take Kate Blanchett. Take Kate Blanchett.
All right. 6 questions in the category of Cate Blanchett. Who directed Cate Blanchett as Annie Wilson, a resident fortune teller who possesses extrasensory...
Sam Raimi.
Yes, that is 2 points. All right.
It's moving out of the category. I would like to remind the competitors to please wait until the end of the question. This is not a speed round. You don't have to take 15 seconds like certain other teams, but please let us finish the question.
I respect the media.
What was the movie?
Yeah.
2 points. The movie was The Gift.
All right, second question coming down. Who plays right hand to Cate Blanchett's Hela, Scourge the Executioner
Carl
in
Urban.
Thor Ragnarok?
Carl Urban.
Crowd thinks it's easy and have judged me accordingly.
Carl Urban. He
All right,
also
we move
played
to
Bones
5,
in the Star
4,
Trek trilogy.
3.
Carl Urban.
2 more points.
They're making a game of it, Ken. They trail by 5 with 4 questions to go.
All right. Cate Blanchett has received 7 Academy Award nominations for acting. For which film did she win her first Oscar?
Martin Scorsese's The Aviator.
That's correct for 2 points. 2 points.
I would have
Neither did the
guessed
director.
Benjamin Button.
Press it there. 4th question out of 6. Here we go. Cate Blanchett voiced the character of Valka in this 2014 animated film.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
That's correct for 2 points. In 2001's Bandits, what was the media nickname given to Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton's characters for their unique method of bank robbing?
Multiple choice.
A. The Halloween Bandits. B. The Polite Bandits. C. The Sleepover Bandits. D.
B.
The
The
Bickering
Polite
Bandits.
Bandits. Polite Bandits.
The Bickering Bandits.
Incorrect. So now I'm going to give you all the options again. Please hold. Is it A, the Halloween Bandits, B, the Polite
Polite
Bandits, C, the
Bandits.
Sleepover Bandits,
Come
or
on.
D, the Bickering
Come
Bandits
on.
for the steal? Who's the boss?
The Polite Bandits.
Incorrect. We're looking for the Sleepover Bandits. So no steal there. No steal there.
Sleepover Bandits. Tom Dagnino's nickname in high school was the Sleepover Bandit.
Right. That's why he's banned from 4 counties in California. All right. Final question.
Final question, Ken.
Final question. Who directed Cate Blanchett and Sandra Bullock in Ocean's 8?
Oh, you think you got a steal here, Bateman?
5, 4, 3.
Gary Ross.
That is correct for 2 points and a 1-point lead.
So back and forth we go here in this match, Ken. It seemed like Who's the Boss really had struck gold when they spun a spinner's choice. They take movie release dates. What do you know? They have a huge lead. But back comes the Odd Couple with Cate Blanchett, the category that we weren't sure they were going to be okay in. They managed to pull it off quite swimmingly.
All right. Roxy is removing the homeless man that wandered on stage.
And now it is time for round number 3. This is the round that will determine the match. Is everybody having a good time so far? Crowd's having a good time. The lights are having a great time. And Ken, here's how it works in round number 3. The teams are going to give us a series of numbers. These are 3 numbers. They can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different category of movie trivia Schmoedown. Know how the first question is worth 2 points. The next question is worth 3 points. The last one is worth 5 points. This is the team match. So we're going to tell you the category of your 2-pointer. And at that point, the team will have to decide which member is going to answer that question alone. You may not consult with your teammate for either the 2 or the 3-point question. You may only consult with each other for the 5-pointer. Whoever does not take the 2-point question must answer the 3-point question solo. All right, so we have Who's the Boss trailing by 1 here. Who's the Boss? One more JTE rule. The Odd Couple still has all of theirs intact. Odd Couple, you enjoy a 1-point lead. What numbers would you like? From 1 to 20, what feels lucky?
6, the number of championships the Patriots have. 12 from my boy Tom Brady, and 17. That's how many banners are hanging for the Celtics.
6, 12, and 17.
Can I spin again?
All right. Who's the boss? What numbers would you like?
We're gonna go 3, 7, and 19.
7 and 19. All right. I got it down. You got it down.
3, 7, and 19. So because the odd couples enjoy
Come on,
a
who's the
1-point
boss?
advantage, we are going to go to who's the boss first for your 2-point question. Your category is going to be in the world of modern classics. For 2 points, who feels more comfortable between Mark Yodi Riley or Ben the Boss Bateman?
I'll take it.
Mark Riley's going to take it.
Come on,
Modern
Riley.
classics. And your question is, who starred as Jed in the 1984 war film Red Dawn?
Patrick Swayze.
So, Riley intent on this, cannot consult with his team. Gonna move to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Patrick Swayze.
2 points.
2 points.
They have the lead now, King, so it swings back to the odd couple, and you're going to be administering their questions. They wanted number 6. What category did they get?
The category you've got is crime. Crime. Who will be taking it?
Me.
Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder. All right. 2-point question. Who directed the classic crime film, The Killing?
Stanley Kubrick.
That's correct. 2 points and a lead.
Jeff Snyder forcing the hand of Who's the Boss once again. Who's the Boss? You selected number 7 for your 3-point category, and this question will be answered by Ben Bateman and Bateman alone. For 3 points, your question is...
Come on, Bateman.
Who directed...
What's the category?
Good question. I was about to tell you after I got half the question out. Who directed the war movie? Because your category is war movies. Who directed the war film in 2018, Overlord?
No way he knows that. I know that.
Snyder, please, if you could keep it to Overlord. Gonna go to 5.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
You can do that. That's your last
Final
usage
one,
of the JTE
final one.
rule. Who directed the war film in 2018, Overlord? You can never tell with Bateman if he's being serious and thinking it through.
Where's the countdown?
Move on to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew Goddard. Julius Avery.
Correct. We were looking for Julius Avery.
Correct. All right.
Julius Avery was the director. So Ken, here we go.
Let's set the scene. They get a 5-point question. It shows the number 19. Who's the boss? Needs this to throw it back to the odd couple, Jeff Snyder.
All right. So you selected
What a
number
dick.
19.
All right. Steady. Steady. To Carl.
This is the 5-pointer. If Who's the Boss answers this question correctly, we'll go back to the odd couple, which consists of Mark Andreyko and a guy who stole
Come
a jersey
on,
from a kid in
fellas.
the playground.
Come on, Bateman and Riley. Come on.
I will remind Who's the Boss, you are able to confer for this 5-point question. This comes in the category of Brad Pitt movies. Brad Pitt movies, your 5-point question. In the film Snatch, what is the preferred method of getting rid of bodies that the notorious criminal Bricktop mentions repeatedly throughout the film?
It's tough. I do
Put him
know
to a
Brad
pig.
Pitt. This is tough.
Brad Pitt donning
With
an
a
accent in
pig.
this film. No more JTE rules, and we go to 5,
With
4, 3.
something to do with pigs.
Repeat the question.
You have no JTE rules.
Burning bodies.
That is incorrect.
And your winner, the
your soul up and leave your body. Bro, that was worse than when I put your ass through a table. You have got the worst luck. I mean, the worst of luck. I mean, you leave your partner, and he puts you through a table, and now the love of your life slaps you in front of thousands of people. God, you disappoint men, you disappoint women. You're just a disappointment, brother. That is all you are. God damn, that's brutal. Oh, what's that? Oh, we got a little friend here. Look at him. He's cheesing, huh, baby boy? You cheesing? Why you cheesing? Huh? Why you cheesing? Because you just took a poop in Ben's pillow? Yes, you did. Yes, you did poop in Ben's pillow. Yeah, I know how to get in your apartment. I got a key, and I know you're out of town, obviously. So what did we do? Well, I guess you'll just have to see when you get home. Oh, God. When it rains, it pours, and guess what? Guess what? The bad luck doesn't stop there, brother. No, it does not. Because on May 18th, come May 18th, you're done. You are done. I'm gonna ruin you. And then, you're done for the year. No singles tournament. Everyone's gonna forget about your little bitch ass. And you know why? Because you've always been an afterthought. You've always been boring. You've always been overrated. And now, it's my turn. So I'm gonna make you cry just like you did after Draco, or after Clark Wolf, or after the Shire Wolves' Lives, or after Roka, or you know what? After every single time that you get put on the big stage and you blow it. Who was always there? Who was there? I was there. But I'm not there anymore. And on May 18th, you're done. Your season is done. Your career is done. And, Rox, baby, girl, you are looking fine as hell. What you call a real man? That's what a real man can do for you.
Sorry, guys.
So, okay, so Jen Surger's apparently going to try to get an interview behind the stage, and I guess we're going to have to wait to see what happens there, Ken. Thoughts on the match?
I mean, it's like going to divorce court all over again. But let's not forget the match. Let's not forget Odd Couple really getting a big victory just under. You know he wants to go back to the championship circle, and he has a new partner that he's shown he can do that with.
It was a very impressive win here because it went back and forth. We had the lead exchange hands a number of times. They took Kate Blanchett. I didn't think that was going to pay off for them. They know their CB, and then they get into round number 3. They force the hand of the, and this is Who's the Boss, a tactic that particularly Ben Bateman is famous for, is trying to buy time with the JTE rule. They ran out of them, and it came back to bite them in the butt.
You know what? I'll tell you who's to blame for that. Their manager. Their manager, Tom. I'm telling you, that's something that I wouldn't have allowed to happen. I would have been in my team's heads with good advice, not in tight sweatpants.
Questionable coaching decisions, some questionable apparel decisions, but hey, the guy that brought the nunchucks and the guy with the oversized hoodie won the day here. The Odd Couple take the match. Ken, as we say goodnight here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown live from Chicago, first of all, I want to remind everybody once again that you have a book coming out May 15th, and that would be Why We Love Star Wars. Why indeed, and I think the biggest round of applause for tonight should be reserved to our fearless crew. How about a big hand for everybody behind the scenes here? The Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And how about a hand for my partner in crime, the chairman, Christian George Harbaugh. Give the mic to you to say goodnight, sir.
All right, guys, once again, did you have a good time tonight or what? Yeah! Great matches today. That Andrew guy, I don't know what to do with that son of a... but it's going to go down on May 18th in Houston, ladies and gentlemen, those two. So if you're around that area, check it out. Of course, and Rachel the Crusher Cushing, going to defend that belt July 20th. If you're at Comic-Con, come see us. But like Mark said, thank you to the crew, Thad Williams, Poker. I mean, every single event, they just go above and beyond. So those guys are just so amazing.
Cody, Christopher Bacaba, Cameron, RB3, everybody. They're just so good. And thank you to everybody live streaming and watching in Chicago. You really stole my heart this weekend, my guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Let's get ready to Schmoedown, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Guys, what just happened out there?
Well, somebody was physically assaulted again, which is uncalled for. And then I had to take my sweatshirt off because I promised somebody that I was going to give it to them after the match.
No, Ben, what was this about?
Jen, I don't know. Sometimes you think you know someone, and I guess you don't. So I don't really know what to say about that. I wanted to win tonight. We didn't, and
and she rubbed it in. She did something that I can't believe as my friend and co-host of Collider Live. Might have to have some words about it.
You guys played an amazing match, though. I mean, the movie release dates, come on, like you're killing it like more than Mans at this point.
Like, I mean, how many people can crush a second round and still lose? Look, Roxy's behavior was very uncharacteristic of herself. I mean, look, I know Roxy for a long time. I don't know where that came from. It might have been from Schneider's, repertoire or whatever, because I've dealt with Schneider for a really long time. Very uncharacteristic and very uncalled for. This guy's been assaulted twice on the Schmoedown, and it's a fucking problem. It's a problem.
Is Guy behind this?
I don't know if Guy's behind this. Look, Jen, I have history with that girl, and I felt like we were in a pretty good place. I really believed I knew where she was at, and I was proven way wrong today. I don't really want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about trivia, the match, our path to victory. That's all I care about today.
So what about Houston? You're still going to Houston, right?
Yeah. I mean, Guy. That guy's so dumb. There's no way. That's just he's watching from home, so I'm supposed to be scared of him in Houston? Guy can't tie his own shoelaces half the time.
Yeah, his bark is a lot bigger than his bite. That guy doesn't know his trivia as much as you do, my friend.
You mean Lady Guy?
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something about him. I don't know where that came from or what house he rented. That's definitely not his house. And definitely not his dog, probably either. But that being said, it's like, look, we have nothing to hang our heads about here. We played a great game. Look, I'm not going to take anything away from Jeff Snyder and Mark Andreyko. I manage them both. They are supremely great competitors on every single level, and they showed it today. I mean, we're not going to say that. Now, what Roxy did was uncalled for. Now, if they won fair and square, which they did, which was fine with me and all of us, because you know what? Here's the deal. Questions are for defense attorneys. Answers are for winners, okay? They answered the questions. Done deal. But you know what? Good luck doesn't knock on the door twice.
I hope that made sense to you guys. Ben, I'll see you in Houston, man. Maybe hire some security. Wash your pillowcase. Where's Roxy? What's up, Josh? Sorry, guys. You guys seen Roxy?
Down there. They're all down there.
What are you worried about?
I knew I shouldn't have worn a skirt. Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
Oh my God!
Hey, guys, can I have a word with you?
Yeah, you can. Give us 1 second.
Yeah, okay. Come on.
Woo!
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. What was that?
We won. What was what?
No, what was the, physical altercations? Are you serious?
Maybe if you lived in my life for the last 2 years, then you would understand. The only reason he got any of those movie release dates questions was because of me. Every night that I spent up quizzing him for hours, it legitimately ruined my relationship and my life. You would have hit him too, and trust me, way sooner. I don't want to spend more time talking about this and take away from the amazing victory of my boys. So next question, Jen. Thank you. Okay? Or do you want to stop the interview?
Why don't we talk about how good I look in a suit, Jen?
I will talk about that all day.
Ben Bateman's not the only one who can rock a suit. And how about we talk about how great Marky and Draco was tonight? First round, didn't miss a question.
Mark, you did have an amazing match tonight. I'm so happy for you. I mean, you have to be feeling pretty good about that.
Oh yeah, it was overwhelming. Usually I've come close a couple of times to a perfect round, and when someone says next question, and I jinxed. But yeah, and it's the first time seeing Nancy Meyers movies helped me.
And I got to take a nap. That was great.
And one. You got your bonus too.
And think it had anything to do with Christian not calling your match?
Well, conspiracy theories are always lingering around, but no, I actually don't. I mean, especially with that digital wheel is more random than the regular wheel, I think. So, yeah, a win is a win. I'm not going to have sour grapes or talk about what happened before. When you play as much as we've played in the past couple of years, there are times you're going to blow up, there are times you're going to get frustrated, but it all comes from a deep love from this. And having 1,000 people here cheering all of us on, I thought they got their money's worth. Even though we beat those guys, I don't think there's any shame with how they were. The questions they didn't get, I don't think I would have gotten. So people were entertained. It was a close match. It wasn't a landslide against one person. So I'm really happy.
I know how badly you guys wanted to beat Bateman, obviously, and Riley too.
Listen, the crowd got its money tonight. Riley and Bateman were very, very good. They ran that movie release dates category. They got all 12 points. Put a little bit of fear in me, just a little. But we recovered. Mark said we got to go with Kate Blanchett, and I trusted him. We're getting on the same page after a few matches now. And yeah, I thought we did enough to win. And in front of that crowd, I'm like on a high. I'm on cloud 9.
My parents were here, which was nice, and Jeff had 7 friends here, and yeah, we are. I actually feel like we are really great teammates because even though I jumped the gun and did the Sam Raimi the gift, I did that because 1, I 100% knew the answer, and 2, after them running their category, I wanted to amp up the crowd and I wanted to play the game a little. So he gave me grief, but I was like, this is why I did it. It wasn't. We're gonna listen for the rest of these questions.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. And we could have done it without the support of our manager, Roxy Stryer, who's the best manager in the entire Schmoedown.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. You make it easy because you guys are such amazing players, and I know exactly why you were doing it, and then you guys got on the same page. I think that Ben and Riley could not have asked for a better game for them. They spun Spinner's Choice, so if they're going to have any chance, that's it, and they still lost, so I'm really happy that we went out on a win that nobody can debate. You guys played a better game than they did today, and I'm really proud of you guys.
I do want to give the shout out to Roxy as well, because she's the one that made us, when we were talking and we saw Kate Blanchett on the wheel, she's like, you guys going to study it? And when the question came up, Kate Blanchett's been nominated for 7 Oscars. Jeff and I looked at each other, and I looked at Roxy. That was the last thing we said before we went on stage going over that information. So.
All right, but if you feel so, good about your match and how well they played as well, why not shake their hands?
Because Ben's playing this nice guy thing, and I like to be a sportsman, but I also don't like bullshit. And this is not a reformed Ben. This isn't a face Ben. This is an act. And I have a degree in theater, so I know good acting and I know bad acting. And this is CW acting from Ben.
I wasn't going to shake Mark Riley's hand after he threw my Superman cape into the crowd. I was going to wear that the rest of the night around Chicago.
Yeah, well, thank God for that.
Even though I stole it from his desk.
Riley's getting a little mixed up in the crosshairs here, I will say, but he's backed the wrong horse, and that's his choice. And so I think that, like you said, we're not buying it. What Ben's putting out on the table, trust me, I know better.
Yeah, nobody forced Mark Riley to play with Ben Bateman, okay?
No.
And Mark didn't. If Mark had come up to ask me to shake his hand, I gladly would have shaken Mark's hand. I love Mark, but I just have been doing this now long enough that I know what the politics and I know what all the theatrics are, and I'm like, I'm just not having it. If you want to win, you need to know the game, and it doesn't need to be theatrics and bullshit. So
let's go hit the Windy City, Mark. Let's go hit the Windy City.
I'm ready for a drink after that, for sure.
And I gotta say, thanks to Christian and Mark for this, because this was an amazing event. The energy, this was the opposite of comment section on Twitter. It was positive. The fans were all charged up. They were cheering everybody. It was a really fun event. So I'm very proud to be a part of this.
So Shire Wolves.
I texted Rachel right after I got off stage, and I said, we're playing you. How do and I put a question mark, and she said, I know, I watched. She and Sam were watching and cheering us along. She was very proud of me, and we'll play. Win or lose with them, to be able to play them because they are so good is going to be worth it, and I think it's going to be a glorious match.
I texted Clark, but I don't think she got it. I think she blocked my number a long time ago. I'm just ready to get my belt back, okay? It's going to be a reunion. It's going to fit even better than before, baby.
All right, well, thanks, guys. Have fun in Chicago. And
You look great, Jen Sturger.
You do.
thanks, I appreciate it.
At least there's that, you know?
Bye, guys.
Well, gotta give props to Snyder and Andrejko. They took care of business. I thought Riley and Bateman would have this one. I thought they were just a more well-balanced team, but Snyder and Andrejko proved me wrong. But the punch heard round the world. Roxy Stryer decking Ben Bateman? Holy shit! It's fucking nuts. Everybody's assaulting Bateman. But Bateman, he gonna get his revenge against Guy. Well, at least I hope so. In Houston next month. That's gonna be a good one. And as far as Andrejko and Snyder, they pulled it off. They got the W. Great win. But my tune ain't changed. I don't got nobody beating the Shire Wolves. I think Clark and Rachel will defend this belt for a while. And until somebody actually does beat them, I don't think they can be defeated. But, I mean, yeah, of course, they can be defeated, but I don't see any current team being able to beat them. But, great match. Can't wait to watch the Star Wars match championship tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. I won't spoil the 5-way, but it's a great competitor going up against Alex Damon, so that'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. But if you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn, and if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fame Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.